Hello and welcome to Tarot by the Moon. It's Tasha here at Tarot by the Moon. Mr. Murray in the background there making an appearance straight off the bat. Hello everybody and welcome. It's Tarot by the Moon. Yes, so I've said that. Okay, it's very exciting. We're in a new moon, brand new moon today. So happy new moon, brand new start, brand new cycle. Lovely fresh energy. We've also entered the sign of Sagittarius and exited the sign of Scorpio. Having said that, the moon is actually in Scorpio today. Okay, my loves. So we're at that sort of crucible, we're at that sort of crossroads energy, entering Sagittarius, leaving Scorpio, taking all the lessons that Scorpio brought us, continuing to hold those with us, but learning a new move, a new dance step, so as it were, with the Sagittarius energy coming in on a brand new moon. I've recommended to many of you several times that you follow Pam Gregory, the astrologer, okay, because she makes like deep astrology quite easy to understand, and she puts so much meaning and depth into it, and a lot of what she sort of teaches, it backs up my own leanings, which I intuitively and sort of psychically pick up on. So it's all very interesting. And I've said, I think when I first started the channel, over around about the first few months of starting this channel, that I felt like there was a spring-like atmosphere in the air. Many of you will remember me saying it, because I remember many of you got back to me with comments saying you've been feeling the same. So even though we were not in the spring, it felt like spring. We were in the winter, it felt like spring. We were in the autumn, it felt like spring. We were in the it didn't matter where we were, it felt like spring all that year. And many of you agreed with me, and we sort of put it down to we're entering a new age, we're entering Aquarius, we're entering a new way of being, a new paradigm, etc. And that's why there's this newness and this spring-like energy. And over the last week or so, I've really noticed that starting to resurface, and I'd sort of not noticed it for a while. I thought, it feels like spring, even though it's quite clearly crossed over into the threshold of winter quite clearly. I feel like there's this spring-like energy about. And I was listening to Pam Gregory talking about the new moon in Sagittarius, and she said a very interesting thing, and it set off a bit, it chimed with me, it rang a bell with me, and she said that this new moon entering Sagittarius now, I think it was the next 5 or 6 new moons consecutively coming up that we've got ahead of us, are all within 1 degree of the sign that they fall in. So it's in 1 degree of Sagittarius, and that's like, obviously, I think she said it was 1.37, because I remember adding it up in numerology to 11, is that right? Yeah, so I was like, wow, so that's 11, so there's a portal, it's a 1, they're all starting with a 1, so there's that, are you with me? There's that freshness, it's the 1, it's the beginning, it's the start, it's spring, there's that energy. So Sagittarius is the first one of the signs that are starting at 1 degree, yeah, and I feel like there is, even as I'm talking about it now, I feel like it's, even through the window the light is coming in, and it feels more and more, there's just a vibration of spring, an energy of new, an energy of beginning, an energy of hope. And I want to talk about Sagittarius energy for a minute, and it's got many fine qualities, as did Scorpio. Blessings to Scorpio as we see Scorpio out as well. When we come into Sagittarius, it's all about adventure, it's all about truth, it's all about freedom. And when I was thinking about it the other day, entering in Sagittarius, I know it sounds corny, but I just had Mel Gibson in my head going, freedom! And I thought, yeah, it's the Sagittarius energy coming in, it's freedom, exactly, and truth is very important. These are the principles of Sagittarius. Can't help thinking about the scales. I associate with Libra, I associate it with Sagittarius also. Justice, the truth, and nothing but the truth. You know, not necessarily in a courtroom kind of way, although it could be that, I suppose. More just like as in, what is the actual truth, humanity? What is the actual truth? Because it's important right now, and we're creating, and we're in a space. We're in a part of space and time where we get creating from a fresh spring-like starting from number one, starting from scratch energy. So what are we going to bring to it? I feel like there's a very adventurous spirit in the air, and already I feel it growing. By the next full moon, this energy will be fully manifest in our lives. So we're working with a new energy now, and we're setting our intentions now from today, my loves, okay? So have a think, because like I always say to you, there's no rush to set that intention. Make sure you get it right first. It was a lesson we learned in the Virgo season about getting it right, doing it right, okay? Doing it the correct way. So don't just rush in, oh, it's the first day of the month, I've got to set my intention. Make sure you're doing the right intention, because by Gemini, by the next full moon, that is going to have manifested like as we say in Wales, like Billy O. All right, now I feel like a lot of us have noticed that manifesting's getting quicker and quicker, and just wow, rapid. But I feel like we're entering that even deeper cycle with it now. Also very important to remember now that we're on the run up to winter solstice, okay? So that's just a month away all of a sudden. So really important now to sort of like think about, and not even think about, and Pam reminded me of this, and this is something that I always try and bring through, and that I get channeled through me quite a lot for us to remember is, yeah, we need to think about what we're doing. Of course, that's why we've been given a brain and logic, etc. But more so, we need to pay attention to how we're feeling. And we need to, instead of listening to our mind so much, we need to think about how we feel. Sort of listen to our heart, go with what we're feeling. And instead of sort of imagining where we'd like to be from a logical point of view by, say, this winter solstice, then imagine how you'd want to feel by this winter solstice. What feelings would you like? Would you like to feel comfort? Would you like to feel ease? Would you like to feel love? Would you like to feel joy? Health, all of those sorts of things. So focus on how you feel, and let that be a guide towards the winter solstice, I want to say. Remember as well, with Sagittarius, I feel like it's one of those signs that's it's a mutable sign, it's changeable. It's got that chameleon-like energy, and I feel like there's no roof, there's no ceiling with Sagittarius. There's no limit, it's limitless. There's that sense of wonder, there's that sense of adventure, there's that sense of we started you now at this crescent moon, but this could go anywhere, I'm really picking up on that. This literally could go anywhere. It's up to us how we steer this ship over the next month, over the next course of the next 28 days. So try and remember to tap into how you're feeling, okay? Of course we apply logic, but let's try and bring the energy to our heart chakra and focus exactly on and not just the heart chakra, but the solar plexus also. Sag being very, very fiery. Let's get in touch with that fire center, our willpower, how we're creating, how we're driving forward. Fire is a blessed element. It's always got this bad rap, fire, haven't it? It's danger and anger, and yes, on a negative it can be those things, but on a positive it can be absolutely amazing. It is fuel. Things can move very, very fast in a fire sign season, okay? So with Sag it can go in any direction, so bear that in mind as well, all right, my loves? So I hope that's all made a little bit of sense anyway. So happy birthday to all my beautiful Sagittarians. The moon's in Scorpio today, so still feeling a little bit of an emotional, there's still a little bit of a digging into emotions going on over the next day or two possibly, and that's okay. Like I say, there's no rush for this transition into the new moon. The new moon phase is there for a few days yet, for a while yet, a good week yet really, until you have to be sort of clear on your emotional state and how you're moving forward and what your actual intentions that you're setting are. But when you're setting those intentions, and set them to how you want to feel, okay? How you want to feel. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, strong messages coming through today. So let's go in with a tarot reading. This is my intuitive collective tarot reading. For anyone who's not watched before, hello, welcome and hi. That's just my little preamble that I have at the beginning, just general energies and general astrology. If you haven't joined before, please hit like. If you're enjoying this, please hit like. It's really important for me to get the thumbs up. Thank you to everyone who's sending me the thumbs ups. Please get in touch. Please leave me messages in the box below. If you want a personal reading, you will have to hit me up at Azelia's Tarot. I'll leave the email in the box below. Please don't give any money to anyone pretending to be me and approaching you over the internet, because that will definitely not be me. If you want a personal reading with me, you have to get in touch with me via the email address provided. Please subscribe. It's super important that I get subscriptions in to grow this channel. And please, if you're not able to do any of that, then please at least consider sharing this so as other people can have a chance to see it and possibly subscribe. Okay, my loves, thank you for all of your help. Thank you for all of your positive feedback, comments and love that I keep getting. I feel so blessed and so happy every time I come on and open up a channel with you guys. Okay, so without further ado, let's go in. Now, like I say, this for any new viewers, this is a collective reading. Okay, so that means that you don't need to be a particular star sign. I work on the premise that we've all got various degrees of the elements within our charts. Sometimes particular star signs come up and we talk about that as it goes along, but you don't need to be any. If you found this by accident on your feed, there's probably some kind of message in here for you, so bear with me. It's a bit different to other tarot readings. It's just something that I've come up with and it seems to be working, so I hope you enjoy it. Please consider yourself safe. Please consider yourself protected and healed on some level when you come into one of my readings also, my loves. Okay, so without further ado, I'm just going to call in the highest vibration of love and only love into this reading today for ourselves, for the beautiful planet that we live on, for our fellow human beings, for our family, friends, loved ones, for anyone at all coming up in our readings today. Nothing but radical compassion and the highest vibration of love for all of the plants, for all of the animal species and their wide variety that live with us here on this planet as our teachers and guides. Nothing but the highest vibration of love and compassion for all of the life, the interdimensional life that we do not even understand, for all of the life on other planets, for all of the life in other dimensions, our star ancestors, our guides. Nothing but radical compassion and love. And so it is, my loves. So it is. Okie dokie. So what I do, just to explain for any new people, 4 cards, okay, one representing each element. The first one represents air, that's our thought processes and our mental health. Okay, the second one represents water, that's our emotional state, our heart. The third one represents fire, that's our willpower and creativity. And the fourth one represents earth, so that's how we're manifesting on a 3D, on a physical day-to-day world. Okay, so it'll make more sense as it goes along. Like I say, it's a bit different to something else you may have watched. The cards come out to clarify, and it's very organic. I just go with what I'm being given as I go along. Yeah, let's go in and see what's coming up for us in this beautiful new moon, Sagittarius. So, today we're using Radiant White Spirit tarot deck. It's a classic sort of Rider-Waite, sort of revised Rider-Waite type of tarot. I'll be clarifying. Those Art Nouveau ones. I can't remember the name of them. That was quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 cards straight away. Right, lovely light energy here today, and it is because I'm feeling light-headed, and you might find as well, like I always say to you guys, just for any new viewers though, sometimes I talk really, really quickly because it's like I'm being given downloads and information and messages so quickly that if I don't get them out quickly, they just disappear like looking at melting snow or like waking up from a dream. Sometimes I slow down and I go very, very quiet because my guys are actually asking me to slow down because they're trying to bring things through for me. It depends on what energies are about. It depends on that's been shown to me at the bottom of the pack. Sorry, I couldn't include that. It depends on what energy's about. It depends on what energies I'm in. It depends on what phase of the moon we're in. It depends on what guides I'm working with, etc. Like I always say to you guys, it's not a TV show. It's a tarot reading, live from my own sacred space, and I hope you appreciate that, okay? So, let's see what's come up for our beauties today. In the area of air, we've got a 2 of Cups. In the area of water, we've got a Magician. In the area of fire, we've got an 8 of Discs. And in the area of... they've all come up in the reverse, my loves. They've all come up in the reverse. That's highly unusual. Highly unusual. So there's a lot of warnings here, my loves. Now, sometimes when the cards are reversed like this, okay, the only one that wasn't reversed is the one underneath the pack that we didn't see coming. That is about speed. And didn't I say in the preamble that that's one thing that you will notice with Sagittarius season is things will move very, very quickly in any given direction. And there's a confirmation of that, the 7 of Wands. So whatever is going on here, it's coming fast, okay? I would say this is what we're going to see here today is going to manifest within a week. All right, I'm just putting that out there right now is the one thing I do see very clearly. It's highly unusual. I don't think it's ever happened on this channel for all 4 cards to come out in reverse. But there they are, and I just got to give you what I'm getting, okay? First of all, coming up in the area of air, our thought processes now, mental health and whatever. This feels like a separation, a divorce of some kind. 2 of Cups represents union. In the reverse, it's a divorce from something or someone, or maybe even a part of yourself that you're letting go of, that you once had to create, that you once had to have to get you through, to survive. Maybe you needed to play small. Maybe you felt you needed to play small. I don't know why I'm getting this. You felt you needed to play. Now, again, what I'll say with my readings is, just for any new viewers, is what I call microcosm, macrocosms. So a lot of what comes out is very detailed and does apply to people's personal lives. And if it does, you'll get in touch with me and say, yeah, that was my reading, blah, 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 right? And confirm it for me. But also what we're healing on a day-to-day is what we're healing in the collective, and also so it's a bit of both what comes up, okay? This is really strong what I'm getting for 4 reverse cards. Will seem confusing. It's not confusing. It's very, very clear to me that wow, okay, there's parts of ourselves that we've created that we've allowed to die with Scorpio season, because of course Scorpio season's all about transformation, death and rebirth, okay? And we're just exiting there. We're in the crucible, right? We're just entering a new dynamic, a new energy to play with. We're sort of in that in between day to day, really, yeah? Now, as I say, because the moon is still in Scorpio as well. So, this is definitely a severing, I want to say. I want to use the word a severing. It can apply to anything, but you'll be feeling this energy somewhere in your life. Okay, you'll be noticing it, and it'll be on a mental plane predominantly. It'll dominate your thoughts, or it'll dominate your mental energy, I want to say. That you've clearly separated yourself from maybe people, maybe relationships, maybe circumstances that were draining you, affecting you negatively, and whatever. It's like you've drawn a line in the sand energetically with it. But I feel more so, and on a deeper level, it's about us actually divorcing a toxic part of ourselves. We completely said goodbye to that now, lovingly and respectfully, but we've completely said, I'm getting strong Leo energy out of nowhere. Now, we're nowhere near Leo, and there's no Leo cards on this table, but I'm just putting it up there, what I'm being given. Somebody is either a Leo watching this and they're really resonating with it already, or you're dealing with a Leo, okay? Wow, okay. Somebody's guides and angels are working with them, really. So there's a lot of stuff coming in. I did not expect this, right? Somebody's guides and angels are coming in really strong as well. They're saying they've been working with you or trying to work with you. this is a time of great healing that you're going through, and you're pushing yourself way too hard. I don't know who this is for. You're pushing yourself way too hard. You're going through a time of great healing. You're dealing with a Leo, or you are a Leo. Your angels and guides have been trying to show you different various signs. I'm not sure what. I'm not being shown what. Okay, I am being shown what. Now, my attention was drawn to the poppy there. Of course, we've all got a poppy knocking about at this time of year. But very strongly I was drawn to it, and I was asked to slow down because somebody's guides, and then I was shown an image of... right, somebody here has got a spirit guide or an ancestor or somebody who acts like a guardian on the other side of life, all right, who would have... I'm not sure of the details of this, but I'm just being shown an old fella putting the poppies down with the medals, with a kind of a beret, flattish sort of cap. I don't know. I'm not up on military uniform. I'm not up on those things. Okay, obviously I understand that Remembrance Day and what that is, but so I'm just giving you what I'm being shown. And like a trench coat done up quite closely, a narrow body with medals on, and this is somebody who would have, if they'd been on this side of life, who would have been all over that on the 11th of November, would have been all over putting the poppies at the local, I don't know if they would have put it at the local one, if they would have travelled to one that was significant to them. Actually, I'm not sure, but I'm just being shown that image. So somebody's guide has been trying to come through, and they're that person, whoever you're thinking about, who is like, that was my uncle, or that was my dad, or that was my grandfather. That's the person that's been trying to guide you, my loves. That's the person that's been trying to get... Oh my goodness, this is really strong. Okay, I'm getting his face. This is really unusual as well. Okay. Can you tell me anything else, please, my darling? I'm getting a name that's like an A name, an A-L-V, Alvy, Alfie, Alvin, Alfred. Okay, my loves, can you show me anything else? Okay, I'm hearing a song. This is really unusual, even for me. I'm hearing a song now, and the song is The Irish Rover. The Irish Rover, if you're not sure it is, look it up and listen to it. It might ring a bell or jog a memory for you, and that might resonate for you in some way. But I've asked in my mind for a sign or something that I can pass on to you, so you know that this is for you, and that this is this person showing you through me that they're around you. Okay, and that you'll understand if I've described Poppy Day and everything. But they've given me the song, The Irish Rover, and an Alvy name. Okay, my loves. So I don't know, I feel very emotional. Okay, my darling. Whoever that is, please get in touch with me. This is quite unusual for that to happen on the channel. It does happen from time to time when I'm reading people, but it's quite special and unusual and personal to you when it does happen. And I can honestly say, hands in the air, that every time it happens, somebody gets back to me and claims this, so I know it's one of you. Please let me know what that is. I'll be so excited to hear from you, and I'll just leave his love with you, my loves. He's with you, he's guiding you, he's urging you to let go of something that's been very toxic for you. It might have been your own behaviours. I feel like it's partly your own behaviours, and that has manifested in your other relationships and circumstances in your life. Okay, my loves? Anyway, I'm going to move on. Wow, I feel really emotional. Okay, thank you. Okay, I have a really cold hand here now. This is my one of my things. Okay, very, very strong energy. Somebody wants to connect with you very, very strongly. Okay. Why have my eyes been drawn to this, this house in the distance on the hill? Okay. House on a hill. House on a hill. House on a hill. There you go, my loves. Alright, let's move on. I'm going to move on now, my darlings. Okay. I'm talking to the things. Okay. I'm going to move on. You are very welcome. We've got the Magician in reverse coming up in our area of water, emotions, the heart chakra, okay? When the Magician's in reverse, I get a lot of alarm bells around addictive personalities. Because the thing with the Magician is it's about high manifestation, okay? And the thing with Sagittarius energy as well is it's very much a Magician's energy. If you think of a Temperance card, it represents Sagittarius traditionally, yeah? There'll be that angelic figure pouring one goblet into the other and one goblet into the other. And what that teaches us is that when we're in the Sagittarian energy, or if you have a lot of Sagittarian energy in your chart, you are able, you've got a natural magician about you, you've got a natural alchemist about you. You are able to take a thing and transfigure it into something else completely. So while you could be transferring something bad into something good, you could also, the warning with the Magician in reverse is that you could be turning something good into something bad. Okay, now like I said at the preamble, it's very changeable, it's very mutable, it can always be changed back, but be very cautious with that energy, I would say. Make sure you're in balance, because you're very powerful at the minute. I feel like we're all it's a very powerful energy abounding. We're realising how quick we are at manifesting, how that actually works. We've really jumped through hoops with that. I feel a lot of us in the collective in the last year or so. But this is calling us to make sure we're in balance before we go casting and manifesting, and that's why I always say at the new moon, that's the lesson we learned in Virgo season. You're a tarot by the moon very, very strongly this year was. Instead of just going, oh, new intentions, new moon, new star, this is what I'm going to do. Hang on a minute, be thorough, bring that Virgo energy in and just be thorough about it, and just make sure that you are in perfect balance, or as near as perfect balance as you can possibly be under your circumstances, and not to worry about the rest of it, to be honest with you, before you go setting your intention, before you go manifesting, and then you'll have a much more balanced and auspicious result by the time the full moon comes around. I hope that makes sense. So get in balance, check in with your heart. Now this is about checking in with our feelings as well, like I said at the preamble. So check in with your feelings. This is all about the heart, this is all about our feels, and it's the Magician in reverse. So it's I'm so glad I said that at the preamble. It's what comes up in the preamble. It's the general energies that I've been meditating on, but don't forget I am channeling, my love, so this is why cards come up and they back it up perfectly. That's what I was getting at. That's what I was trying to get across there, or what was trying to be brought across, I should say more accurately. It was we're in a high manifestation phase. We need to pay attention to how we feel rather than looking at logic. Okay, we need to pay attention to how we feel, because it's from the heart that we're manifesting, or that we're learning to, and we're learning and we're relearning and we're rediscovering that the human heart is the most powerful portal of all for manifesting any kind of energy, the human heart, okay? And it's something that each of us has access to. So the more in balance we can be, especially in our heart chakra, before we begin setting intentions or thinking that we know what the best thing to manifest over the next 28 days will be, drop into that heart space, make sure that you are in as best balance as you can possibly be. And that's not to say be perfect, because none of us are, of course. We're not here to be perfect. We're here to learn, we're here to make mistakes, okay? But by being as in balance as you can possibly be. And the rest about it, the worst thing we could do would be to worry about what's out of balance, but that's out of our control to balance as well, if that makes sense. So don't fall into that trap either, I want to say, okay, my loves? You'll be absolutely fine. The next one is about hard work. It's the Eight of Pentacles. It's about hard work, and it's about reaping rewards for hard work as well. It's about doing quite well. But when I see it in the reverse, I feel like all of that's within grasp, okay? We're so close to reaping a beautiful harvest from all of the seeds that we've sown throughout the year and all of the lessons that we've learned through all the various other energies we've worked through throughout the year. But the danger this month would be to get lazy and let that slip. Okay, so there's a little bit of a warning around getting lazy here, I feel. Mr. Milo, that'll do, Baba. Come on. About getting lazier, I feel, which would be such a waste. This is why we do tarot, is because we get the warnings. Sometimes the cards are in reverse, there's warnings, you know. Pay heed to them, okay? Beware of getting lazy this month. It's easy, I feel like it's perfectly natural and human in the winter months, and especially in the 3D reality that we get brainwashed with. I certainly don't get brainwashed with it, let's put it like that, but I mean I have been, you know. We all understand that certain world events and certain calendar events and what have you are all sort of shaping our reality. Well, you can allow those things to shape your reality, and you can become lazy because you can say, oh, it's winter now, oh, it's cold now, oh, I'm just thinking about Christmas now. See what I'm saying? Spiritually, you've taken your eye off the ball there. You've allowed yourself to become distracted, you've allowed yourself to become moulded, you've been allowed to be pushed around what to do. Instead of doing that, something that Pam Gregory touched on again, and come back to beautiful Pam, is, you know, we're not doing that. We're not letting the outer reality shape our reality. I am shaping my reality. You are shaping your reality. Take the power back. Take the power back, because if you look at the upright position meaning of this card, I mean, it's a beautiful harvest there. Beautiful harvest growing, ready to be reaped and enjoyed. Wouldn't we rather be doing that than just getting lazy and letting all of that go back to seed now, because we haven't tended it properly after all the hard work we've done? Okay, hope that makes sense, my loves. Okay, I feel like that bird on her hand as well is like some kind of a message from spirit, you know, to tame that, because obviously it's a tamed bird of prey with a hood on and what have you. Not how you can really tame a bird of prey, but you know what I'm saying. Just this is what I'm being shown right now. Yeah, I'm thinking about a bird of prey now. I'm being shown a bird of prey, and that's a totem for seeing clearly, clear vision, being able to see from a higher perspective, and all of those sorts of things. Yeah, into the future of what's best for humanity and what's best for ourselves in our lives. Okay, so don't put the hood on the bird. Don't put the hood on the bird. No. To the hood off the bird. That bird. I'm getting freedom shown to me again now as well, because of course we're entered in Sagittarius, as I say, and I've just had this freedom vibe as I've been thinking about that. Yeah, okay, moving on. Knight of Wands, he keeps coming up in our readings lately, doesn't he? We've had this beautiful Knight of Wands several times over the last few weeks now, I feel. He keeps coming up. He's coming up in our area of manifestation of Earth, okay? He's very fiery. He's very in and out energy. He's in your life, he's out your life. He's in your life, he's out your life. He's very, very attractive. He's very bold. He's very energetic. And he's great fun. But he's not to be taken seriously, I feel. This is very Sagittarian, actually, and no offence to any beautiful Sagittarian people out there, but it is very Sagittarian, this energy, because it's that changeable energy. Look at him. If ever there was a guy off on an adventure, I mean, look at that. It smacks of Sagittarius. Off on an adventure, leaping this way, leaping that way. Today he's going that way, tomorrow he'll be going another way. This often represents somebody coming in and out of your life in love. And they're a wonderful person, and they've got a great spirit, and they've got a great passion and charm, and can sweep you off your feet and all of that sort of thing. But the warning is that they will just as quickly leave you as they loved you. So beware of that, but beware of it in ourselves as well. But also embrace it, I want to say, this month. I want to say embrace that this month, because he keeps coming at this energy for us, doesn't he? Embrace that freedom. Like I said at the preamble with Sagittarius, there's no limit, there's no ceiling, there's no end, you know. It's it can go in any direction. You could have vast open landscape behind him. Those look a little bit like pyramids. He's got a vast open landscape behind him. He could go anywhere he wanted. It's all going to be a marvellous adventure. It's all going to work out good. We're in this energy right now, so instead of going, oh, Knight of Wands, or let's embrace it within ourselves. Freedom. Look at him. He could be shouting freedom, couldn't he, easily. he's free to choose. He's free to choose to go that way today and that way tomorrow, and to change his mind and to eventually arrive at the right place as he's meant to. That doesn't mean we're going around and we're hurting people or we're going in and out of people's lives intentionally or anything like that. It doesn't mean anything like that. I'm just saying we should embrace this spirit within ourselves, and that's what I see us doing, because this area is the manifestation area of this reading. So after we've learnt these lessons, we've let go of all versions of ourselves, okay? With the Two of Cups in reverse, we're bringing our heart back into balance and checking in that we're manifesting from the most balanced place possible. The Magician reversed, we're not allowing ourselves to get lazy, and we're not holding ourselves back, is what I was shown there as well, from abundance and from wonder and from magic. We're embracing our Knight of Wands. I hope this makes sense, my loves. I'm going to clarify with these beauties. I can't remember what these ones were called. These my Art Nouveau sort of ones, the Fitzgerald ones. They're Edwardian, very Edwardian. Oh, they're called something about them. Let me just have a little look. Harmonious. Sorry, Gan. Dear me. The Harmonious Tarot. Let's see what's coming in to clarify with the Harmonious Tarot today. Well, Mr. Milo. Right. Okay. And don't forget as well that extra card came up. What we didn't see come in was the Eight of Wands. That's all about speed, movement, communication, everything being speeded up. So everything that we've seen here today is coming in really super quickly for us, okay? And there will be a lot of communication, a lot of spirit messages, which surely was there at the beginning as well. You might be finding your guides and spirits are coming closer to you, giving you messages, for sure. The whole pattern of events that I see here today and how that fits into your life, I wouldn't be worrying about any of it or hanging on to any negative aspects of it, because it's getting cleared very, very quickly, which is also very Sagittarius and very fiery. An Ace of Swords. I knew there was going to be an ace next. I was thinking it on the turn of this one. I was thinking, oh, please let there be an ace next. This reading really, really needs an ace. It needs a little bit of stability. And thank you, Spirit, because then there it was. Beautiful Queen. And we've got an extra card for consideration also again. So let's have a little look what we got coming up here now. I love these cards. It's so gentle and beautiful. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. Came up to clarify our Two of Cups in the reverse. Page of Pentacles in the reverse is a missed opportunity. Okay. Okay, this is an energy that needs to be let go of as well, I want to say. So that, what I was getting was this. Okay. Okay. They're very, very much highlighting to me again. This section of the reading is coming through really strong with that message for somebody, okay? Because I'm being shown very, very clearly now, and it's been smacked at me, the English flag. The cross of St. George, that is something for somebody, all of that, right? Very, very clearly coming in there. I want to say as well, somebody's been struggling for money, and I know a lot of us are. But somebody in particular, it's like you're being asked to let go of your old ways of thinking about money. Now that might be working through lack mentality issues. That might be through negative messages that you're inadvertently sending the universe that's bringing you back into even more poverty. That might be about over worrying about things like that. That might be about perhaps, I want to say overspending, but I don't feel like it is, because that would just be an easy thing for me to say, and it isn't that. It's not. It's more likely the other things I've just said. that's the message there for you, my loves, okay? So you've been asked to allow yourself to let go of that and step bravely into a feeling. Listen to your feelings, okay? In your heart, you feel like an abundant person. I know many of us spend in ourselves, in our life, you know, you imagine yourself as this much grander person than you are. Many of us do that. It's very human. But if we could actually start like living in that energy, I think you'd be surprised how quickly you'd bring about those circumstances, events and people that would bring you closer to that vision of yourself. If that makes sense for somebody. Hope it does. Feeling really strong energy rising up right now. Somebody's bringing in a lot of love for you. Spirit is trying to show you where you can look for support and where you can look for people, places and events that are going to bring you a greater sense of abundance, okay? Once you feel in that sense of abundance, then you find the circumstances to make it happen. You truly do, okay? And in the meantime, and I know you do it, my darlings, I know you do, but sometimes we just need to remind each other, count our blessings, because everyone's feeling the pinch right now. And even me saying that, I don't even, do you know what I mean? It's like, don't say that, don't bring it in. Count your blessings, count every little blessing, every little act of kindness, every little good thing that you get given, that you get, that you find, that you earn, that you notice, that you see other people getting, even instead of feeling jealous or envious. Just bless it for them, bless it for them. Feel as happy as if it was yours. That's the way to bring that energy in as well, my loves, okay? So that all being said, 4 of Cups has come up to clarify. Now this one's in the right way round, which is nice to see today. Come up to clarify the Magician in the reverse. Now the 4 of Cups is about holding on to very little, something very little that's brought you very little happiness, but you're holding on to it. Spirit is asking you to let it go. I love this illustration. It's really unusual. And it kind of reminds me of that Indian goddess with all the arms. Can't remember her name. It's got like a honeysuckle plant there behind the figure with all of the blossoms sort of splayed out. But I don't know, it reminds me of that for some reason. And that, I suppose, reminds me that we are... what's the word? We're multi-dimensional, okay? We're not just this 4 of Cups. 4 Cups is about having very little and holding on to very little because you're scared to let it go because that's all you've got. And that might be as good as it ever gets. It's not going to be as good as it gets. You're being asked by Spirit to let it go and remember that you were this. You are multi-dimensional. You are abundant. You can bring in, think of that goddess with all the different hands. You can bring in any number of different ways and routes to bring in abundance for yourself. Creative ways, problem solving. There's infinite possibilities. Don't forget we're entering Sagittarius season, like I say, so it's very, very much about we could go any way, any direction. See what I'm saying? Any direction at all with drawing in abundance for yourself, my loves. Okay, so let go of those 4 Cups. Let go of those 4 Cups and allow your heart to settle and be in balance before you go manifesting the rest of this month and setting intentions for the rest of this month, because you were capable of so much more than you're giving yourself credit for, okay? So happy. Don't think I've ever been so happy to see an ace in one of my readings as this one today. It's a beautiful illustration. Like I say, these cards are quite new to me, so I'm really enjoying exploring them with you. What a beautiful Ace of Swords that is. Come on. That is absolutely gorgeous. Ace of Swords, of course, brings us clarity, okay? It's coming to support that eight of Discs in the reverse, okay? Which is about snapping us out of our laziness and remembering that we're a free spirit. And there's something very... You don't normally see a figure like that in an Ace of Swords cards, do you? You don't generally. But if ever there was an image of a free spirit, that figure there is embodying it. I love the way she's dancing with those fans. I think they're fans anyway as well, and it reminds me of the As Above, So Below, as the Magician does actually, and as sometimes we see Isis depicted as well, with the one hand up and the one hand pointing down, bringing Right, this is very Sagittarian as well. Just reaching out to the universe and manifesting and pulling in what's divine and what's holy and what's right and what's ours. And doing it with that focus, the focus of the Ace of Swords. Let's bring that focus back. Let's lose the lazy, apathetic, getting dragged along with the drudgery and the 3D, oh, it's Christmas, oh, it's winter of the season. And going, no, we're not that. We're this. We're this. We're a free spirit. We understand as above, so below. We understand that principle and this collective, okay? And if we don't, then we're coming to learn about it. Let's bring that in. Let's bring that divine energy into our daily lives and into our daily actions as we move towards winter solstice, my loves. That sword pointing us towards winter solstice, okay? How are we feeling and how do we want to feel? Next one, couldn't be happier to see as well, a Queen of Wands. And again, what a gorgeous Queen of Wands. Let me just take a proper look at her. Well, she's absolutely regal. As always, the Queen of Wands, very magnetic figure. Literally magnetises to her everything that she needs in life. Has come up to support the Knight of Wands. So they're in the same suit, they're in the same family. So Queen of Wands is about going out and getting what you want as well. It's about making bold moves where perhaps you wouldn't normally. So that might be part of how you're going to solve your problems going forward, or part of how you're going to make things a little bit better on the road ahead for the month ahead. You might want to consider how maybe in the past you wouldn't have made a bold move. Maybe you're going out and you're making opportunities for yourself. Maybe you're going out and you're applying for different jobs. Maybe you're going out and you're chatting to people you wouldn't normally chat to. But this is a very much, Queen of Wands, very much an energy of putting yourself out there where maybe you wouldn't have before. And realising how magnetic you are, because she is just totally magnetic. All she has to do is put herself forward and it's like, bang, she gets everything that she needed. Instant manifestation, right? And that's what you're going to find, is once you've made that bold move forward in any direction, Knight of Wands, Sagittarius, that you'd like to, bang, all of this. I mean, look, she's surrounded by literally everything she could need, okay? So I'm loving that energy for us, my loves. Loving that energy for us. The extra card that came out. Now, didn't I say at the beginning I was very much picking up on Leo energy? Either somebody is Leo and watching this and really resonating strongly with some of the more personal things perhaps I've said or whatever. And I said there's no Leo cards on the table, and then the extra card right at the end that came out was the Leo card. Thank you to Spirit, to my Spirit guides for confirming that. So there's confirmation that we are dealing with Leo energy. Somebody's a Leo or they're dealing with a Leo. That is an amazing strength card. Normally you see a very feminine figure taming the lion, yes? But in this one, do you know, it reminds me of is it Perseus in the Greek, in the Iliad? Showing Medusa, the image, doesn't he use a mirror to combat beasts and whatever? You know, you're with me. Oh, I didn't get that across very articulately. Anyway, it reminds me of Greek mythology. I'm sure this is a figure from Greek mythology. Bear with me, these cards are new to me. But what a lovely and interesting and refreshing strength image. I want to say this is how we're combating that beast. The beast of laziness, the beast of apathy, the beast of holding on to our old ways, the beast of lack mentality and feeling unworthy and feeling like things will never change. Okay, is to just like turn that mirror on it. Is to sort of like take a good look at it. And allow it to be destroyed. Allow it to die away with what's left, this Scorpio energy. Okay, my loves. Any negative energy being directed at you as well from people of that nature, that sort of low vibing nature, just stay in your beautiful energy and show them what they are. Just by you staying in your positive energy, in your balanced Magician, Queen of Wands, this beautiful figure in the Ace of Cups energy. But just by you staying in that kind of energy is enough to trigger that low vibe into having to face themselves. It really truly is, my loves. We talked about this in the last couple of ones. Sometimes when you're happy and you're balanced and you're in a lovely sort of energy, in a lovely sort of state, you actually trigger people around you. They don't like it because it shows them that. It forces them to look at that, but only by being forced to look at that will they get to destroy that and have the opportunity to transfigure themselves. So you stay in your beautiful state. Excuse me 1 minute, I got a dog and he's just being ridiculous. Mr. Milo. That'll do. That'll do. Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will. Come on. Put down your hand. You're being silly. Sorry, just Mr. Milo doing his thing there, attention seeking. I don't think you could even hear him, but I surely can. Here he is. Come here. Come here. Come and say hello then. Here's Mr. Murray. Here's Mr. Milo. What are you doing? It's nearly time for a WALK. That's what it is. See, Tash, that's what it is. I know, but we're not going to be long now, are we? I know. I'm so lucky to have you two boys. I know you like to play it. They like to play it as soon as I go on camera or start to talk to somebody or anything. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So, there he is. And you. I know. I'm so lucky. Okay, we've nearly finished the reading now, but we haven't finished it. So if you don't mind, I'm going to get back to it, okay? That'll do. Go and lie down. Go and lie down. Right, my darlings. What I wanted to come in at the end was Shamanic Tarot. This is a highly unusual tarot set. It's something else. If you've ever had older one, you'll see what I mean. So I only do one card from you in this particular reading. I wanted to come in and be involved, so it'll be interesting to see what comes up now. Okay, straight away, lovely light energy today. 2 of bows. Now I believe that the bows correspond to air. A little booklet here. So all you get is this little booklet as well, which is like this is very, very interesting tarot. Somebody sent it from you Christmas last year and it's so interesting and so different. Yeah, air. The element of air is represented by bows. Right, let's see what we got here. I mean, how wild is this image, right? Talk about nothing like a traditional tarot. Yeah, okay, I'll just let you absorb that a minute, my loves, okay? And what it says is 2 of bows, the voyage, preparation, daily reality, enters into conflict with your own desires, indecision, a momentary truce. Exactly. No, but see, you say this is a far out tarot and this is a hard to read tarot and everything, but then I've been asked to use it to clarify here today, and it's like, that sums it up completely to me, right? Preparation, that's where we're in. We're in the preparatory stage of manifesting for this next 28 days, for the next phase of the moon. We're in the new moon energy, right? So preparation, yes. The voyage, yes. Daily reality enters into conflict with your own desires. Exactly. That is so Sagittarius as well. It's so restless. The reality of every day is in a conflict with our own desires. That's the energy I was picking up in the area of fire, which is Sagittarius also, which is laziness, apathy, not wanting to get going, can't be bothered, using excuses, okay? Our true desires is to focus on this. All right? This is the work we're here to do, as above, so below, free spirit. Becoming this light body, multi-dimensional, angelic version of yourselves. Not this lazy, apathetic, held down, hooded, tethered bird of prey. No, it's this. Reality of every day. Very hard, heavy energy, 8 discs in reverse. Tethered birds of prey. Our true desire is this. This. Focusing on it. Forward. Slicing through that heavy energy, that apathetic energy. Okay? Hope that makes sense. It makes perfect sense to me. And I'm sure you are going to appreciate what I'm saying. Indecision, a momentary truth. So it's another warning there, isn't it, about indecision. It's also that. It's also, this could go anyway. It could go in the lazy, apathetic, heavy energy way, or it could go in the way of that totally angelic, free-spirited, focused energy. And we see it here. There's all of this confusion. You've got this figure sitting on top. Totally balanced energy, totally focused. With that eye as well represents focus to me, of course. But he's sitting on top of this pile of absolute chaos. I mean, there's all kinds of everything there that he sat on top of that he could have got distracted with. TVs, computers, everything that's growing around him, whether he likes it or not. Nature's pushing through all of that. I do feel like that is very symbolical, isn't it, of all of the things that can distract us and bring us down. The media, the season we're in. Oh, you know, put another Christmas film on and just catch up. I'm not saying we shouldn't be putting Christmas films on and catching up. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying don't allow it to drain our energy, to make us apathetic, to put off all the good work that we've come so far with over the last astrological year, okay? Just remember you're in Sagittarius energy, so every time you start to feel yourself going on a bit of a downward spiral into one of these areas